Hello and welcome back to Destin Business Forum, a television show for the members of the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce, brought to you by our great friends at Cox Communications. I'm Shane Moody, President and CEO of the Chamber, and we're going to go into our next segment, which is a program that's very near and dear to my heart because it is a Chamber program. It's called Destin Forward, and we have Monica Albarello and Luke Smith with us, two members of this year's class. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Monica, let's start with you. Let's tell our audience a little bit about Destin Forward.
Well, Destin Forward has been great and instrumental for me. I relocated from Miami last year, and I didn't really know anybody, and as an attorney, you have to network and get out there and put your name out there. This was such a perfect, ideal plan for me. I got to know a lot of people, but I got to know the community. I got to know elected officials in the city of Destin, so I know what was going on behind the cameras. I also got to meet a lot of the nonprofit organizations. I was overwhelmed with the amount of nonprofit organizations we have in our community, and just how everyone takes pride in being part of this community to make sure that we lead it in the right direction. It was awesome. Good.
Luke, how about you? You're a young professional, young CPA with Warren Averett. Talk to us a little bit about what Destin Forward has meant to you.
It's really surprised me, the in-depth knowledge you gain from the class. It really provided a sense of ownership to the city that I didn't really have, even though I've been here for, 7 or 8 years. So it was, seeing the behind the scenes from, the utilities, like Monica said, all the elected officials and getting the history of the harbor and where it all started, and from Dewey Destin to the Fishing Museum. It's all been very informative and highly recommended to anybody coming into the town as a new person, professional. Not necessarily have to be a professional, but anybody in town that would be that would need the networking and knowledge of the city. It really was well worth it.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear, and because that's kind of how we design the class. We want you to grow professionally, personally, and make good bonds with your class. Now, beyond the education and the hands-on leadership experiences that you get, part of your class is a class project. We require every class each year to create, develop, and implement a project that has an effect on Destin. You guys went a different direction this year than most of our other classes have gone. Luke, tell us a little bit about your class project and what it is.
We as there was 14 of us, I think, 13 or 14 of us. So putting together an idea for the class project took some time, but our one of our members of the class, Allison McDowell with the CBA, proposed the idea of starting a monofilament fishing line recycling program, which, as we've seen in the local news, many times birds and turtles getting caught up in a fishing line that has been disposed of, and that fishing line lasts up to 600 years in the wild, or in the wilderness, without breaking down. So we thought it was a great idea. There was actually a story that posted on the news the week before we decided, and we about a pelican getting rescued, and we thought, what better way to do than to start a fishing line recycling program. And we actually have a receptacle that's going to go up there's going to be several along the harbor. Monica can talk about how many in the locations, but we had a local artist, Julie Howard, that was gracious enough to paint the receptacles for us. So you'll be seeing these around the harbor, along also in Joe's Bayou, I believe.
Yes.
And Monica, touch on a little bit again how many, kind of where they're going to be, and then again, what are they? When a fisherman comes in with fishing line, how does he get it recycled?
Okay. Well, we're going to have 5 locations for now. 2 along Harbor Walk Village. Then another one is going to be at AJ's. A 4th will be right outside on the marina side of Captain Melvin Royal Heritage Park, and the 5th one will be at Joe's Bayou. And basically, once the fishermen get off, if they have the line already ready to dispense, they'll throw it right in here. Okay. And the CBA and the Destin Forward class will be taking the materials out maybe once or twice a week.
Okay. And then this project's been done in partnership with Tallahassee Basin Alliance, a couple of the marinas along the harbor, and the city of Destin. What's that been like working with those groups of folks? Because you can do it without them.
That's right. They've been a great help. We had starting off with obviously the CBA heading this in partnership with us to put out this project, but also fundraising. Fisherman's Wharf was grateful enough to let us use their facility for a pancake breakfast that easily raised us enough money to be able to get the receptacles built, get the information out, and then with the different businesses, it's been surprisingly good support for everybody that we've talked with about this project.
And Monica, everybody in the class participates. So you had 14 people, bringing them together. I guess you learned a lot about teamwork and sharing ideas.
Yes, we did. This was a lot to do. There was a placement committee, we had an education committee, we had a budget committee, and we even had an artist committee because there was just so much work that had to go into it within a 3-month span. And it was great. I had my education committee was about 5 of us, and we basically established the budget because we were part of the program is not necessarily just recycling, but it's getting the word out. If you don't have the word out, then this recycling program is not going to be successful as we anticipated. We actually have plans now to meet with the Destin Middle School Fishing Club, but since those plans are confirmed, we don't know when it's going to take place, but we want to educate our young children, especially since they're actively fishing in our local waters.
And what you guys did as compared to the other classes that's different is you didn't actually physically place something somewhere as much as you went for a cause. What was it like? You got about 20 seconds. Kind of, either one of you, let me know. What was it like working for a cause like this?
Well, I think Luke touched on it when we saw William in our office. On our class, William Hatfield, editor of the Northwest Florida Daily News, he showed us the picture. He posted it on our Facebook page, and we saw this pelican and the before and after picture with several hooks. I think he had like 5 hooks on his skin. That kind of touched home. That's when we're like, okay, this is happening here locally. It's not at another location. This is in Destin. And that's it. We just wanted to do it.
Yeah, well, good. And it's great work. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being part of the class. Both of you recommend the class to someone looking to get a young professional, 100%. Or even someone new to Destin, some experience and some knowledge about Destin.
I've made new friends, great friends, and lifelong friends.
That's good. And keep up the good work. I think graduation's in a couple of weeks, so I'm proud of you for making it through. And thanks for being part of the class. And if you're interested in being part of Destin Forward, we are accepting applications at the Chamber. You can call us at 837-6241 or visit DestinChamber.com. We do have some upcoming events that I'd like to tell you about at this time. On Thursday, April 24th, our Business After Hours at the Boathouse Oyster Bar from 5:30 to 7:30. $5 per member. Tuesday, May the 13th, Leaders in Business Luncheon, sponsored by Fort Walton Beach Medical Center, hosted at Destin United Methodist Church at 11:30. Thursday, May 22nd, a Business After Hours, sponsored by Boat Boards in Destin. Tuesday, June 10th, Leaders in Business Lunch, Nonprofit Day Mini Expo at Destin United Methodist Church. We're accepting reservations for that. Save the date for the 3rd annual Paddle at the Porch, the Destin Sup Cup, Saturday, August 16th, behind the back porch, and Bourbon at the Bay that'll be coming to you soon in November. Thanks for being with us today. Thanks to all of our guests who are doing great work out there. Stay tuned and enjoy the show. Thank you.